Hello, Mark Sabatella here. In this video, I'm going to just talk about how when you're writing a harmony for a melody where the two parts are kind of moving in parallel, thirds and sixths are such powerful intervals. They just sound really nice moving together. And I'm just going to use this little example from a very big piece of music, which is the Bach B minor Mass that I kind of been looking at of late. And this is from the second portion of it, and it's in the key of D. And I'm just going to play you this passage so you can see what's happening. It's really all thirds until the end of the passage. So, right, all thirds. All right, right at this point here, we have thirds, but it splits into sixths at that point. Thirds, but then one voice goes down and then the other voice goes up, right? A little contrary motion to expand those thirds into sixths, and then it's parallel sixths for a little bit. Now, the bottom voice moves and creates a lovely tritone here, a nice dissonance that creates some tension that then resolves, and we end on a nice sixth there. So I'm not saying there's never going to be cases when you're going to have, when you can't, I'm not going to say you can't have a fifth between two voices. Certainly you probably aren't going to have two fifths in a row. That's parallel fifths. But notice that in this piece, Bach really doesn't, he doesn't have a fifth between voices other than just so briefly when this D comes in at the same time as that appoggiatura G. You just get this really brief fifth, and then it resolves to a sixth. So this is kind of an extreme example. Oh, I guess there's briefly a fifth between that E and that A in this passage, right? So the fifths are in there, and there's a couple of fourths that sneak in there too. But most of this passage, and in particular all the places where the voices are moving in parallel, it's always thirds or sixths. Those are the so-called imperfect consonances, and those are the ones that are always going to do you right if you want to move in parallel like this.